Hi. Um, hmm, Deep breath. This video has been a long time coming. If you're returning here to see me, I'm Amy from Amy Stitchery. I've been absent from social media for almost a year. I think it's technically been about 11 months. This is my Flosstube channel. This is a channel about all my crafty things, really. Today I have cross stitch, I have knitting, a little bit of sewing, and then I'm going to show you some bags that I've made because I needed them for my project, so you're going to see them. If you're returning, thank you for returning. I did a little teaser post on Instagram during the week, thinking that I might be able to record this weekend, and as life has it, I am. Although what I'm going to record has evolved a little bit over the day. If you're new here, welcome. Everybody's welcome here. Comments are all welcome unless they're hateful comments, and then I delete them. But other than that, nice, healthy discussion is encouraged, and we love that. And so if you're back, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for support. I've had several of my watchers reach out to me over the last 11 months to make sure I'm okay, and I've assured them that I am, but I probably should have done an Instagram post to assure that I was all right. I have posted enough that people should have known I was okay, but I get how people worry. I'm okay. Life is just what it is, and over the last almost year, life has demanded more from my husband and I than we expected or that we were ready for. And so, yeah, it just was a lot to film Flosstube. And then getting back into it today, originally I was on my Sunday, I have a Sunday morning Zoom with Tina from Tina Stitches and Gail from Gail's Golden Needle every Sunday morning, very early. And I was talking about I was going to record today, and then I thought it could be a whip parade. I am not going to do that. I probably will do a whip parade soon just to have a documentation point, but today it's kind of just getting the back of the swing of things. So I'm going to show you what I have immediately at hand and what I've been working on over the last several months. One of them's right here. That's Mushroom and Fern Mandala from Chatelaine. I have gotten quite a bit of progress. This whole bottom 3 is done now, and now I'm working up the side. Yeah, so welcome. It's been a bit. Lots happening. Let's start off with a little bit of life. As most of you can probably, lots of you can relate, we are the sandwich generation, my husband and I. We have grandkids that are close. We have some that are far away. And we have parents. I have my mom and Matt's both parents are still with us. And the last year for all of them has been a challenge medically. And so you know that when with that comes challenges for us in our life. I am still the RN program coordinator and faculty member at a local nursing college and have been for the last couple of years. Well, I've been there for 6. I've been the RN program coordinator for the last couple. And that job has gotten very, I've loved it. I've loved every minute there. Well, not every minute, most minutes. Enough to like what I do and think I'm good at what I do, but that job, work-life balance with that job has become a true challenge, especially with the things going on with the parents. My husband's job has also, I've made the comment that we work more now as empty nesters than we've ever worked in our lives. So there was that, and trying to support our kiddos that are all over the place. We have one local that has our son-in-law, our daughter and son-in-law, and 2 grandbabies are here, and that oldest grandbaby is going to be a freshman in high school. And I sit back thinking, where did her life go? Yeah, so all that to say, my husband and I have made some huge changes to step me back out of full-time work. So I am officially retiring. My official coming off the books date is August 1st. My last at the office day is July 1st or 2nd. I have some sick time to use, so I may shorten that up a little bit. So yeah, but I'm retiring early. So, there's a little bit of bridging that needs to go on and some thinking that needs to be done. Bigger decisions coming. Yeah, so stay tuned. I mean, for those of you working through this latter part of your life, my husband and I have toyed about making a separate YouTube channel talking about our journey through the second part of life and our decision process and how we go about things. I don't know if I want that out in social media or not. I guess you guys can give me feedback and say what you want, as long as it's nice and kind. Yeah, so it's been 11 months. And honestly, in a good portion of that time, I didn't stitch a whole lot because by the time I got back home from work, my brain space was just spent. And now that my schedule is lightening up and I'm getting closer to retirement, I'm stitching a ton, I'm knitting a ton, I'm having fun with my crafts again. So I thought, let's get on here and record a little Flosstube. So again, welcome. Let's show some projects and I'll do some more talking along the way. I have 2 projects that are on my books right now to be worked on. So I also have some finishes. I'll have to pull them out and show them to you next time. So let me make a note. I have a pencil here. Let's see if I have a piece of paper here. I do have a notebook. Let's do that. Let's make a note. I need to show you finishes. I have had several, and one was a pretty big one. But I will show them to you next time, because honestly, I do not want to edit this video today. I'm not going to edit. It's going up as is, so I'm sorry. I'll get back into editing some other time, but it's not going to be today. The first one I'll show you is Cooper by Kathy Barrick. And for those of you that have not been around with me forever, I was inspired to do a color change. I didn't have this chart. I saw Lindy Stitches do it with a different color, a color conversion that I liked much better. And I didn't copy hers, but I did get brave and go into my stash and make my own. And I believe this is on 36 count. Let's see if I have it here. 36 count Ren by Picture This Plus. If you want my color conversion, I'm happy to give it to you. Just reach out to me in a private message or something, and I will give it to you. But here it is. That's actually doesn't work out very well. I keep saying every time I gotta use boards, but hey. But there he is. He's coming out really nice. I'm quite happy with him. There's more color coming in the tail. There's like a dark turquoise in here. And then I'm going to use a variegated to fill in. But he's doing quite well. So I like him. He is now on the frame. He's on a Q-snap, and I will have to reposition him anyway because I was getting too far down. I needed to move him up. So that's him. Let's see, what else can I show you? Most recently, I was working the last actual several weeks, almost monogamously on Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. I haven't made a decision on this piece, and it's actually something that I thought about doing very early on when I got this piece, was to cut these houses out. I don't mind stitching a house, but I have to really like the house. And I just don't feel the need to stitch these houses. So I've taken this border and I've moved it up. So there's a little space here that I'm going to figure out how to fill in with maybe some of these motifs at the bottom, the words land that I love, the flag, all the things. I have this on, it is 40 count. I think it's Beach Brew by, is that R&R? It could be. I'll get back in the swing, everybody, but right now. And so this is where I am. I've rounded the corner with the border because then I wanted to get the strawberry band done and figure out what's coming after that. But that is that. I've been all about the patriotic as of late. Where do I put these? Before that one, I took out Queen of Freedom. So for those of you, do I have a picture? Yes. Queen of Freedom. This pattern was actually gifted to me. Yeah. Quite a while ago. I'm stitching her on, it's, what is it? It's Constitution linen, I believe. Yep. Let's see if I can fold this up. I keep wanting to say Fox and Rabbit, but it's not. It's something here. You're all probably yelling at me. But there's where she is. She's beautiful. Enjoying her. Oh, and to that end, I've also been working on Royal Holiday, so let's see if I have a picture of this one. I don't know if I do. I do here somewhere. I just wonder if it's easy for me to get to. Yes, here we go. Royal Holiday. She's been on the go for quite some time. Love to get her finished this year. I'm stitching her on 28 count. I believe it's Abyss by Fabrics by Stephanie. I'm really shocked that I'm remembering some of these. And she is getting super close. Absolutely loving her. Yeah, I've been enjoying her, stitching on her. I'll tell you more about my stitching. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm stitching tiny, and what I mean by that is not tiny stitches, tiny house. I need my stitching to not take up as much space. I've got to come up with some good ideas and some, I don't know if they're going to work ideas. But yeah. I've been working it. So if you guys have any ideas about storage of stitching stuff to keep it from taking up so much space. I've already thought about getting rid of all my project bags and doing like a project roll instead. Yeah, let me know what you think. This one is Blackbird Designs. This is Strawberry Fields Forever. This is being stitched on, I think this is Be Stitch Me, just another sampler, I believe. I don't have a tag in here, but I think that's what it is. And it's got fabric sewn to it because I needed it to get it in a Q-snap. But I worked a little bit on here. It's all crinkled. Sorry, everybody. And I haven't worked a ton, but a little bit. I've worked on more than what I'm showing you today, too. I would have to do a whip parade for you to see everything, I'm afraid. I went to, this year, I went to the Hobby House Needleworks Retreat. Hobby House is my local needlework shop. I went to my first retreat there ever. It was the one with Beth Twist, Paulette Stewart, and Stacy Nash. I'll show you what we got at the retreat before I end. But one of the projects I took there was the Moon Moth Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. Sorry about the glare. And this one's really close to a finish. Let's see if I can get this blocked out. But there you go. Lots of fill-in. I just got bored with the fill-in. I had it all outlined when I went to the retreat for fill-in, and then I just got bored with the fill-in. So that's one of those ones that's going to come out soon, and it's going to get like a thread or two a day just to get me through the fill-in parts of it. But that's that. The other project that I took was, as a deer pants, no, Thirsty Heart. As a deer pants is part of the verse that goes on it. And I don't know if I have a picture of it in here or not. Let me see. This one. It's called Thirsty Heart by Beth Twist. Heartstring Samplery. I like the verse and I like the stitching. This is being stitched on, I don't know. I don't know. It's my own color conversion. If you're interested, again, let me know. I've been trying to shop in my own basement, which is my own local needle workshop. But here we go. This is where we are. I should be showing it this way because that's where I've got some words in. But yeah, let's tilt it a little bit. This light is a little harsh. But yeah, like that. I worked on that a little bit during the retreat. The other one that I worked on during the retreat was, I believe, Liberty's Welcome by Plum Street. Yes. This is a Forbidden Fiber Co. fabric. It is the colorway Granite, and it is 36 count. I'm using mostly the called for unless I didn't have it, and then then I just pulled from stash. And you'll see on this one as well that I also got it ready for fill-in and then just did not. I have a ton of it ready for, I can't even see what you're seeing right now. There you go. Ton of it ready for fill-in. I started working on the bricks and the roof and then just got bored with the fill-in. This one will be nice when I get it set back up again because it's got other motifs on it. So I can do a motif, do a couple threads of fill-in, which is typically how I work these things. Okay, the last one I'm going to show you because I already talked about mushroom and fern back here. This whole bottom section is everything's done. I think I only have to bead one section, and then I started working up the side, the wooded part here. So that's where I'll go next on that. I have some plans coming up, so we'll talk a little bit about that. Next one I'm going to show you is Peacock, Unicorn, and Badger. I have made changes on this, and I don't remember if I talked to you about it before or after I made the change. This is Peacock, Unicorn, and Badger. Oh, it's the thread list. Let's look at the picture right here. It's by a Scarlet Letter. And I was stitching the full coverage piece with the background. I had ordered multiple skeins of DMC for the background. And then I got to the point where I have plenty of full coverage started and have decent progress on them. However, I have not been working on full coverage as of right now. I'm hoping to get back into them once I retire. But I really wasn't in the mood to have this as a full coverage piece. So then I bought this fabric, which is not available anymore, so I'm not even going to tell you what it is because you're not going to be able to get it. And I really, really like how it's coming out in this fabric, and now I think it'll move a ton faster. I've actually, oh, wrong way. I've actually caught up to where I was on the other piece, and then some. And so that's that. I'm enjoying this a lot now. And that's really the important part, right? That you enjoy it. I mentioned I went to Hobby House Needleworks for the retreat with the 3 designers, and we got retreat pieces from them. And so I just want to preface this by these are not available to you. I assume that they will be released next year. But yeah, they're not available to you right now, so please don't message me to see where they came, where you can get these. These came kitted with fabric and floss. The first one is Welcome Home 1783. This is by Paulette from Plumfish Samplers. And sorry about the glare. I don't really want to take this out of the bag right now. But there's this one, which is beautiful. I was so happy with the retreat that I've signed up for next year's already. This is Stacy Nash. Also came kitted with floss fabric. And hers came in this nice little fabric bag. But she gave us the Little Swan Quaker sewing book. And so I'm going to show you the front and the back cover. This is the front. And this is the back cover, which shows you the inside, what the inside will look like. And this came with all the finishing as well. Okay, and Beth Twist. I'm never going to get that back in there again. Beth Twist also came in a nice little fabric bag with instructions for finishing and floss and fabric. This is I Must Have Flowers. It's a little sewing book. And the back has a nice picture of it opened up. This is what the back looks like. And in the chart, there's also another way you can do this as a sampler, which I think is kind of cool. So yeah, lots of great things from the Hobby House Retreat. I don't want to get on it too much because I feel like by now there are people that have done their videos on the Hobby House Retreat. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a great time. I met a friend of mine and then met new friends there, and now I'm going to Stitch, Michigan with those friends to stitch again in November. Yeah. And I think that's all the stitching. One more. Another one that's going to come out this week, and I've got it on a frame right now because it's coming out to get work on, is The Pandemic by Long Dog. So that's going to go back upstairs along with Cooper. And that's going to get some work. And this is on Heritage 36 count by Picture This Plus. No, 40 count Heritage by Picture This Plus. It's with a Vicki Clayton, Silks for You, charcoal silk. And I guess before I move on to the knitting, I have some plans for cross stitch. So I have to figure out how to get it to take up less space. That's the number one. Number two, I have a piece that I picked to stitch for retirement. Let me see if I can pull it up here while we're talking. I'm starting another long dog. I've been wanting to start another long dog, and I'm just going to do it because you know what? Life is short. But let me see if I can get the picture up. It's called Seventh Wave. It's this one. Sorry about the glare. I don't know as far as when I'm going to start it. I may start it shortly. I'm not necessarily hooked on starting it the day I retire because we're headed out on a camping trip that day. But, yeah, I think we're going to start it. I have a piece of 36 count butterfly tee by Grace Notes Fabrics, and it's not going to show up well on here. It's like, very light bluey purpley gray, but it's light, and I'm going to stitch that with the Silks for You charcoal as the main color. I think that will look very nice. I also have a ton of kits and kitted up things here that I'm going to put in a bin, and whenever I feel like starting something, that's when I'm going to start. I've been doing good. Other than Seventh Wave, I haven't bought any patterns, any floss. I didn't shop at Hobby House Retreat because honestly, I have enough stash to stitch beyond my lifetime. And all of my projects I've weeded through. I haven't gotten rid of any. I'm in love with them all, and I'm in love with all the things that's ready to stitch. So I've been trying not to buy. So there's that. But let's talk about the other stuff. Let's talk about knitting. I finished multiple pairs of socks since I was on here last. Many pairs of socks, and so I'm not going to catch you up on all those because 9 times out of 10 I give them away. But I can tell you what's on the needles right now. I have several projects on the needle. I have 2 sock projects. I have a sweater. I have a shawl. And I have 3 blankets in the works. The sweater that I have on is in a bag that was made for me by Gail from Gail's Golden Needle. It is The Weekender by Andrea Mowry. And honestly, it may be sidelined until it's more weather appropriate. I'm knitting this out of, let's see if I have a thing here. Maybe not. Yes. Woodland Teed by Knit Picks. It's an Aran weight yarn, and I'm knitting colorway Spotted Owl Heather. So that's that. I'm using the called for needle size, and I'm on gauge. I did swatch for this, which will shock everybody. This is bottom up construction, which I had never done before, and it has a split hem, which I've also never done before. So you can see the back hem is a little longer than the front hem. And it was also, the cast on was something I had never done before. What type of cast on was it? I can't even remember now. Tubular cast on, which I had never done before. Very nice. You actually knit this inside out. So this is actually the inside of the sweater you're looking at here. The right side of the sweater has a nice detail. It's the purl side, and it's got a nice slip stitch detail. Can you see that? Yeah. So liking it. Just haven't knit on it in a while. We went from being in the middle of the winter to 80 to 90 degrees. So that's typical New York, and we're a little cooler today, so maybe I'll work on it tonight. We'll see. I have to wind up more yarn. So that's that one. I'm still working on the mystery shawl from Stephen West from last year, which was called Is it Go-Go Dynamo? I think it is. Go-Go Dynamo. I'm doing it scrappy out of my stash with size 4 circular needles. I don't even know how to show this to you. This is it right now. I'm working on this section, this modular section here. This is sides being held on a needle. But yeah, I don't even know how to show this to you. I really like this one. I like the scrappy. I just think this is so fun. And I'm having a ball with it. So, all right. I have 2 sock whips. So I've kind of been on a mission since I decided to retire to make socks for all of my workmates. My faculty workmates. Bagged by me. This is a set of flip-flop socks that I'm doing out of the colorway Lily Pond by 3 by the Sea. So 3 by the Sea. Lily Pond is in their fingering sock set. It's their Sanibel base. It's a 75-25 superwash merino and nylon. I've got 1 sock almost to where I'm going to work out what I'm doing with the toes or the knot toes. And then I've got one I'm working through the heel. So for those of you that have been around for a while, I used to work the heel on separate needles, and I would just let the 9-inch circular kind of hang there. I'm now working it all on the 9-inch circular. So yeah. So yeah, my gauge has changed a little bit, but it's working out. So those are them. The second sock that I have on the needles is out of Deep Stash yarn. Let me see, I got yarn stuck in the zipper. There we go. So this is all Forbidden Fiber Co. yarn. So quite a while ago, I was in Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Yarn of the Month Club, and I love her yarn. And then I just started amassing all the yarn and got out of all my clubs because I really need to knit the yarn. I was in the mood for some patriotic socks because all the patriotic stuff right now, and I am patriotic. I'm a veteran. I know our country is struggling, but anyway, I'm still patriotic. And I don't really want to get into those philosophical conversations here. Yeah. But I was in the mood for patriotic socks. So I don't even have bands for these colors anymore. And I'm just going to show them to you on the sock because they're all honestly jammed. I picked 2 colors. There was a red hand-dyed and a blue hand-dyed. And then I took a bear yarn and combined it. And so I basically made up my own patriotic sock. So I did, obviously, 25 rounds of the cuff. Is it 20 or 25? Hold on. It's 20. 20 rounds for the cuff. I did that in the red variegated, and then I switched to a huge section, 20 round section. No, 15 round section of the blue. Did a 5 round of the bear, 5 round of the red, 15 of the blue, and so on and so forth. Planned it so that the heel, so I did enough so the heel would go into the blue section so that I could do that in the red variegated. And then I could finish the blue and go into the bear, the red, the blue. So now I'm in the middle of like 15 rounds of blue here. And then I'll just continue that repeat. And hopefully it works out that I can do the toe in the red variegated. But if not, then I'll just end it wherever it is. If it's on the blue, I'll end it. And then once I work up this sock, I will start the second one. But yeah, I'm liking how it's turning out. This is also in a bag by me. And just so everybody knows, I don't have my Etsy shop anymore. So it was too much to keep up with. I don't know if I'll get back to it at all. Probably not. And we'll get to why not. By that. So with all the knitting, you have all the scraps. And I made myself a bag for an Afghan. I got another one over there on the ironing table that I have to make for another one. And I've been working in my scraps into the Coziest Memories Afghan by Kemper Ray. And so I've been working on adding more squares. And so I have, it's kind of hard to show. But I'm enjoying this. I still have tons of scrap. I don't know if I can even show you in this bag. I have can't even see it. Tons of balls of scraps down there. Some of them are from Advent. Some of them are from sock leftovers. All the things. And I still have yarn left from doing that. So when I'm done with that, I've been crocheting hexagons to join. I'm following Noble Crafts. I can't remember the full name. Noble Character Crafts. She has a tutorial to do these join as you go. I find the join as you go too fiddly, and I don't really enjoy that, but I do enjoy making the hexagons. So I'm going to join them when I get enough to start joining and making the Afghan, which probably is soon. I will join these up and make a hexagon Afghan, but I've got all sorts of purple, And I just like the scrappy projects. I'm having fun. And these are quick, super quick. And then I have a little bit left from these, which I've been putting in a magic knot ball, which I'm going to put into, eventually, this is my third magic knot ball I have going. Eventually I'm going to start the Afghan. Oh, it's by Homespun House. Totally don't remember it, but I'm going to combine this with a bear because I have a ton of bear yarn, and I'm going to do an I-cord cast on, which I've never done before, and we're going to start that Afghan. I do enjoy making Afghans. I have a cotton Afghan on the go now that I'm not going to pull out for you, that I've been having going on the go for my son for quite some time, and that does need to get finished. But I do like the Afghans. They're long-term projects, but I like the scrappy stuff. I get bored with the all one color, which is why my son's Afghan's not done. But yeah, so that's my knitting. Lots of things happening. We have lots of camping going on this summer. I have a trip to Senegal, missions trip to Senegal in October right now. It's planned. We're hoping it's a go. Everything's always tenuous until they say the final go. Where I'm going to take a ton of my fabric stash with me and teach some women how to make bags. So that says why I'm not going to open my Etsy shop, because I'm going to funnel that into helping these women make some money and be able to take care of themselves and all the things. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end this, because I'm kind of feel like I'm going to fumble over my words now. If you came back to watch, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. If you want to continue seeing, if you'd like to see a whip parade, please leave me a comment. If there's enough feedback on that, I will definitely plan a day. It probably won't be planned. It'll probably be dependent on weather. A rainy day to do a whip parade. And beyond that, it's nice to be back. I'm sorry it's a little scattered, but nice to be back. It'll take me a little bit to get in the swing of things. It has been a long time, a hot minute. But again, thankful and nice to see you all. And I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully I'll be back really soon. Bye.